Whitlock, do you support the NFL having harsher punishments than the American legal system?
Okay, yes, but I won't be upset if his suspension is reduced. But yes, because listen, the players, because of Pac-Man Jones and a few other players back in the day who were damaging the brand of NFL players, they asked for the league to step up and do more than the criminal justice system. They baited Roger Goodell into being the czar of punishment and discipline. They said they wanted this. And so I get how they got to this position. My problem has always been Roger Goodell shouldn't be the judge, jury, and executioner. He should remove himself, set up someone else to take on that responsibility and that role. But I don't have a problem with them punishing him more than the legal system.
Either do I. I led my radio show with this today. I think the NFL does not have to adhere to the law. Laws change county to county. We have counties that are dry counties, and then you have Las Vegas. So if the law changes county to county, state to state, jurisdiction to jurisdiction, does the NFL, would it change with it? Would the Seahawks have different rules than the Dallas Cowboys? So I have no problem with the league coming in and saying, listen, we're a television show. It's a privilege to play. We're going to give you the kind of fame, recognition, and opportunity and money you cannot get from the average citizen. So we want you to be better than the average citizen. So I have no problem with a league, in any league, having higher standards than a police department locally or law enforcement or a legal system.
I think I sit on the other end of the spectrum with this because there's two pieces here that kind of trouble me. The NFL has basically said this is our standard for domestic violence. 6 games, no ifs, ands, or buts. But then at the other end of the spectrum, you have all the authorities in Ohio that said there's not enough evidence to move forward, okay? So which one should we adhere to? And that's problematic for the NFL because of how this looks now that we want to talk about. There's a potential reduction in the amount of games. Now, the constitutional law sets the standard for all laws in our country. And I understand your point, Jason, that the players kind of baited Roger to be, they asked for it. But at the end of the day, we're dealing with a legal matter of domestic violence outside of the scope of the laws and regulations of the NFL, okay? And listen, I don't believe that they should reduce it. Because if that's the decision that you made, then live by it, because you look bad by reducing it to 3 games. But at the other end of the spectrum, you know, there's so many questions about this young lady and the things that she said and the things that she did and how she tried to position this and how she tried to make it look. There's question. There's reasonable doubt that things did not go down the way.
That's not their standard in the NFL, though. It's not reasonable doubt. It's a role on a television show, and if you hurt your brand by things you do in your personal life and hurt the television show, they're going to come down.
Slippery slope.
My initial response was no, but now as I continue to listen, yes, I don't mind the league having a different set of rules. And here's why. When my kids are in my house, as long as they're in my house, they're going to abide by my rules. Now, when they're at the school, they have to abide by a different set of rules. But when you come back to my house, what you do at that school, I couldn't care less.
And don't tell me about what's going on at Jimmy's house.
Exactly, because I don't care about Sam, Bill, or Hardy. You know what the rules are here. And then when it comes to the league, it gives them an opportunity to say, you know what? We can, in this situation, when it comes to domestic violence, you have the legal system to fall back on. You have your set of rules, but when it comes to this, fall back on the legal system.
Yeah, but the problem with that now is that Jerry and Zeke are in a position of power as far as what the league has mandated and what's out there, because there's question. So now if they uphold a 6-game suspension, what do you think Jerry and Zeke are going to do? They're going to take it to the legal system.
Well, remember, the NFL's not putting you in jail or prison.
No.
The NFL is just saying, we got a TV show. You, Cowboys, are the #1 hit on the TV show. Shame on you for even getting in this situation. So, you know, the punishment by the NFL is simply saying, we're taking you off our television show for 6 weeks. That's what they're saying. And I think TV executive, remember, we have an FCC. And you and I cannot say things on television that we could say at home or if we were accountants. We could make a joke in our cubicle we couldn't make on the air. This is an FCC-regulated television product. And the NFL's like, you didn't raise to our standards.